Hey, good morning, everyone. Riley Foster, Foster's Custom Steel. Hey, Saturday morning. Beautiful Saturday morning. I did not go to the market this morning. I had some work that needed to be done today while everybody was sleeping. As I say, get out of bed if you want to get ahead. I poured a set of epoxy red, beautiful red tables. I've got to clean up the shop. I'll show you here shortly. But this place is a mess, and I got classes coming up in 2 weeks. Remember to like, share, and comment, hit that thumbs up and all the good stuff. Let me know where you're from. Don't want your address, ain't gonna send you anything. Today I'm gonna show you a simple tool that I've been working on and a new product that I have started. I got inspired from an artist, Alan, at the Come Out and Play show that was 5 weekends long. He did mobiles. And I looked up Alexander Calder and checked out some of his work. Unbelievable. So I got inspired, and I'm going to start a new line of work here at Foster's Custom Steel, and one of them are mobiles. And I'm going to show you, I have actually made 8 of them. And it ain't quite as simple as it looks. It took a little practice. So what I did was I made simple tools to practice with. And I'm using, I think this is it, 11 gauge wire. Galvanized wire, which works pretty good. And I'll do you a close-up here. So when I pinch this here, just simply bend it around that pin, unclamp it, and I'm going to modify this to where it has a pair of pliers on it, and just bend this back there. And you get a nice eyelet. That way you can use this to attach other ones. The small ones I made a bunch of. I'm going to continue to make a lot of them. I have a show in February coming up. The key is being able to bend something like that freehand, and I'll show you how to do that also. I don't use hydraulics and all that, but these are really nice curls and eyelets. And again, these will hook into those, and that's what gives it the freedom to move around. And I'll give you a close-up on this one, and then I'll put this one up here that I had to machine the roller to fit a bearing and then make sure it fit on the pin with a 1/4 inch space. So hold on 1 second and we'll take a look at them. Yeah, so as I was saying, making these little eyelets like this, make sure I'm on that. Yes. So I'm actually going to weld a pair of vice grips or a nut and a bolt on there to pinch this closed, but for right now this works really well. So just simply bending that right around that 1/4 inch pin gives me that nice eyelet, and that works out great for one side because it gets bent down, and that's where the other one hangs on. So I'll show you now, just 1 second, how I bend the 1/4 inch, and then we'll get on to the mobiles. Let's just use what I like to call the dumb end of this. Yeah, so I'm going to stick that in here. And these are test tools. Again, I call these simple tools. The machining is a little bit different than just a simple tool, but it's not bad. If you have metal shop, you understand. So, simple, clamp that on. This thing works really great. Not a lot of work to get that. That is a very nice eyelet. I can manipulate them down to different shapes and get those rings, and that will fit in there and give me that movement again that mobiles have. So I'm going to set this up and show you a few of them that I've been doing. All right, so I'm in my shop, obviously. I've got a backdrop set up to where you can see these things move. I got a small fan running on it, and these are things that I use out of my shop. The jigsaw puzzle pieces, you've seen those. I've used those in several things. Probably not going to use that many more of them because I want to use different things. An artist will use a lot of different materials and products that he has his hands on. So this is the very first one I've done, and it was actually a couple of hours, and I used S-hooks. Try to get that in. There you go. And you can see it gives it, well, different angles. This was all practice for, again, what I'm going to do with these large ones. Yeah, this is the second one that I've done. Like I said, I did about 8 of them. You can see with that, just that light fan off in the distance, they move really nice. And all of them are different. Again, this is all practice. I want to do some large sculptures of free moving, wind driven mobiles. I've done a lot of kinetic artwork, but I have not done any mobiles, and this is just a new avenue for me. Hey guys, do me a favor. Also remember to subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get the numbers up there. I think I'm about 1,500. It don't break me or make me one way or the other, but if you're liking this content and want to see where I'm going with these mobiles, hopefully in Farrington Village in February at the Folk Art Show, I am going to have an enormous amount of work. So this is actually this is number 3, and it's not that it matters. I just happen to hang them in the order that I made them, and I'll show you all of them hanging up here shortly. And if you've also noticed, they're getting bigger. And that's a good thing. I started out with a really small one. Look at the way this one moves. Really great. These rings are planetary gears out of an automatic transmission. I had a box of those things for years. And they just lend themselves really well. So I just drill a hole in the top right there and put the S-hook in. And as you see, as it gets further and further along on these, I'm no longer using the S-hooks because I make the wire fit better. So let's see if we can't get that all in. Yeah, just about. He's just about there. I'll give him a turn. He actually is aimed in the direction of the wind. See, I love the colors. Just getting Rust-Oleum from good old Wally World. Yeah, so this is number 5, 6, somewhere along in there. Again, I'm using the transmission bands because I have boxes of them. The front part here is a couple of drawer pulls from the kitchen cabinet or like a bedroom chest of drawers. Changing up the colors, I'm still using the S-hooks on some. As you see, the more this goes, the less I use them, and I've got it down now to where I'm going to use them some, but I don't need them. So guys, remember, let me know where you're from. Don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up and a comment. Yeah, again, I love using these colors. Eventually I'll run out of the transmission bands. Again, I got a pretty good several hundred of them, so I'm going to use them. They make great mobiles. They hang good. They got great weight. A lot of different sizes. And I think the front of this one is a T cap off of like a sugar server. Get a little lid off, and I've got several of those. So again, I use stuff that I find here in the shop, and that gives me, well, supplies that I can select from. As you've seen all along my walls, and all the shelving and stuff is just full of, well, stuff. So these are those white brass, I guess, creamer dispensers and stuff that you see on high-end restaurant tables. Some of these were actually silver plated. I'm going to use them all for artwork. I'm going to pan down here and show you some of the stuff I've got. Look at that. Really crazy. So all of that stuff I use, but obviously I'm not going to use them on the mobiles yet. I'm going to have some big ones coming up. I mean, big. All right, so this is the last one I've done. This actually about 36 inches across. And again, I'm gonna do some large ones. I like doing them. They're fun. The balancing, figuring out the balancing points and stuff. It's not a disaster and difficult after you've played with them, but this is why I'm doing the smaller ones, is to practice so I can do the bigger ones. I really want to do some stuff that stands out. And hey, I'm leaving a legacy of my artwork in life. We'll see how that works out too. I want to live to be about 90 and keep doing this. So hold on one second. I'm going to show you all of these hanging from the ceiling, and they move pretty good. So I was going to mention also that one of my customers, really great lady, showed up and picked up a piece of artwork Thursday, and she's probably going to see this video. Yes, you do have dibs. She was going to buy a few of these, and I told her they weren't for sale just yet. I wanted to take them to the Farrington show, and she said she wanted first purchase on some of them. And that is, they don't show up really well with the backdrop of clutter behind, but they do move, and outside they move really good when the breeze is blowing. But mobiles sometimes are supposed to be just stationary and still, just ever so slight movement. So guys, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up and a comment. What do you think about the new direction I'm headed in? I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to doing some large pieces. Y'all come along with me. Again, do everything that YouTube likes you to do. Let me know where you're from. Not sending you anything. Oh, and by the way, the furthest that has let me know where they're from was South Africa. How cool is that? So guys, remember, always give thanks. Have a great day.